Lesson 110. In this lesson, we learn yet another second declension word, and that's puer. The endings of puer, as you can see in the chart, are the same as the other second declension words that we've already studied. So let's jump right into our exercises. In exercise 1, est is the verb, puer is the subject, and filius is the predicate. Poetai is a genitive possessing filius. So number 1 will say, the boy is the son of the poet, or the boy is the poet's son. In number 2, dot is the verb, poeta is the subject, tabulas is the direct object, and pueris is the indirect object. So number 2 says, the poet is giving writing tablets to the boys. In number 3, the word sed divides the sentence into 2 clauses. In the first clause, portant is the verb. That means they carry or they are carrying. Pueri is the subject, and aquam is the direct object. In the second clause, amant is the verb, and there's no other word to be the subject, so we'll use the word they that's included in amant. Teram is the direct object, and arare is an infinitive that means to plow. So number 3 will say, the boys are carrying water, but they do not like to plow the soil. In number 4, the word sed divides the sentence into 2 clauses. In the first clause, desiderant is the verb. That means they are longing for or they want. Pueri is the subject. Ad insulam is a prepositional phrase. Navigare is an infinitive. And in the second clause, habent is the verb. That means they have. It's being negated by non, and scafam is the direct object. So number 4 says, the boys want to sail to the island, but they do not have a boat. In number 5, we have a clause before the word quod and one after the word quod. In the first one, we have possum, which means I am able. It's being negated by the word non. Laborare is an infinitive that means to work, and in silva is a prepositional phrase. In the second clause, timeo is the verb. That means I fear, and bestias is the direct object. So number 5 says, I am not able to work in the forest because I fear the beasts. In number 6, possumus means we are able. It's being negated by non. Arare is an infinitive that means to plow. Teram is the direct object, and sine filiis is a prepositional phrase. The word agricolae is a genitive singular word that's possessing filiis. So number 6 will say, we are not able to plow the soil without the sons of the farmer, or we are not able to plow the soil without the farmer's sons. In number 7, naramos is the verb. That means we tell or we are telling. Fabulas is the direct object, and pueris is the indirect object. That's dative plural. So number 7 says, we are telling stories to the boys. In number 8, desidero is the verb, and there are 2 direct objects, kibum and aquamque. The que ending at the end of aquamque is like putting the word and between kibum and aquam. So number 8 will say, I am longing for food and water. In number 9, nawagant is the verb. That means they sail or they are sailing. Pueri is the subject. Ad insulam is a prepositional phrase, and cum nautis is a prepositional phrase. So number 9 will say, the boys are sailing to the island with the sailors. In number 10, we have one clause before the word quod and another clause after the word quod. In the first clause, we have potest, which means I am able. It's being negated by non. Lunam is the direct object, and videre is an infinitive that means to see. In the second clause, est is the verb, and there's no other word in that clause to be the subject. Because of the context of the sentence, we know that he is the subject in this second clause. In casa is a prepositional phrase. So number 10 will say, the man is not able to see the moon because he is in the house.